If the witness will suspend, and I ask that everyone...
Chants of ceasefire now, protect the children of Gaza, and stop funding genocide echoed through a congressional hearing as dozens of people voiced their protest. This demonstration unfolded following requests from two of President Joe Biden's top advisors for U.S. lawmakers to allocate billions more dollars to the Zionist occupation.
Makes America stronger.
As the hearing began, anti-war protesters held their red-stained hands high, urging U.S. officials to cease their support for the genocide funding the Zionist occupiers' crimes in Gaza. The White House warned that proposed Republican alternatives in the U.S. House of Representatives, seeking to replace funds allocated for both Ukraine and the Zionist entity, would have devastating consequences for the U.S. national security.
Demanding alternatives to meeting the basic national security needs of the United States, such as supporting Israel and defending Ukraine, would be a departure from the normal bipartisan process and could have devastating effects on the safety of America and its alliances in the coming years.
Public opinion remains steadfast in its support for Palestinians enduring daily deadly attacks. Thousands have gathered in numerous U.S. cities, united in their call to end the genocide perpetrated by the Zionist entity in Gaza and to urge their government to hold its support for the occupier.
It's just devastating to know that Israel continues to escalate its violence, its genocide against Palestinians in every way. But we know that the Palestinian people have been so resilient in the face of many invasions like this, and we hope that Palestine will continue to fight for their right to be free. We support Palestinians' rights to defend themselves from this ground invasion, and we call on the U.S. to demand an end to Israel's ground invasion and Israel's bombardment.
Despite widespread protests and international organizations' calls for an end to the aggression against Gazans, Zionist forces continue to commit atrocious genocides against children, women, and the elderly, with the American political and military backing. The pressing question is whether Biden's unwavering support for the Zionist killing machine against Palestinians in Gaza will ultimately harm U.S. interests, both in the region and beyond.